Order, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll begin with public audience. Joan?
Joan Coe, 26 Whitcomb Drive. It is time that the Board of Selectmen and the town manager reconsider having the concerts at Simsbury Meadows due to the parking logistics when thousands of people converge in our town. Every parking lot is full with concert attendees' cars leaving the businesses with no parking for their customers. There is parking on the streets without any enforcement. The parking lots at the junior high and Simsbury High School have shuttle service. However, the junior high had several cars parked for the concert, and Simsbury High School parking lot was empty. Salter's bus shuttle only had 1 or 2 people on the bus. The Simsbury Police is responsible for traffic at the Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center. PAC, a private organization, is responsible for parking and has ignored their own rules to regulate parking. The state commuter lot was full with concert attendees' cars, which is a violation of their regulations. According to the state Q&A, what is the time limit for parking in a Connecticut park and ride lot? Answer: Department of Transportation regulations allow continuous parking for 48 hours at Connecticut park and ride facilities as long as the owner is using the facility for normal commuting. The Board of Selectmen and the town manager have given special favors and reduced fees, waivers, and free office in town hall, while the PAC's manager's salary is $79,177, according to the audit report. According to the rules of the PAC, quote, strictly prohibited on festival grounds, smoking and hard liquor, prohibited. These rules are not enforced and never questioned by the town manager and the Board of Selectmen. The BYOB containers are not searched, and the concert attendees are allowed to smoke pot and use e-cigarettes with pods of unregulated substances, while the Simsbury Police are on the outside and the private security ignores the prohibited regulations. Selectman Cheryl Cook, the chairman of Community for Care, has continually approved gathering permits for the PAC, knowing that certain concert attendees use illegal substances. Community for Care is concerned about addiction, but approves the concert venues where pot is used on town property and alcohol is purchased, while some concerts have unregulated BYOB. How hypocritical. Simsbury has a new addiction mental health disorders program started by Lisa Gray after the death of her 24-year-old son. Much addiction starts with the use of alcohol and mind-altering substances, then continues to other substances at higher levels of dependencies. Why is Lisa Gray not concerned with the concert attendees promoted by the PAC on town property that openly uses addictive substances? Where is the outrage? Maybe it is time to just say no to any promoter who allows illegal and mind-altering substances on town land and not approve the PAC's gathering permits when alcohol is distributed or used on town grounds. It is time for our leaders to lead by setting an example. There is an agenda item under executive session, Tobacco Valley Solar Tax Stabilization Request. Prior to this submittal, the solar company asked for a waiver on building permits that were denied. The revenues from the solar company gave the town over $600,000. Now they are looking for an abatement, which should also be denied. The Town of Simsbury Business Development Incentive Policy describes the types of businesses or industries targeted by this policy. It appears that solar panels and solar energy is not one of the criteria for the abatement. Since the criteria has not been met, the Board of Selectmen should deny the request. At the June 24, 2019 meeting of the Board of Selectmen, Payne's Rubbish Removal Company received a contract to continue the management of the Simsbury Town Dump on Wolcott Road. The entry fee was increased from $10 a car to $20. The dump is on the Eno Trust, land given to the town by the Eno family for the use of the poor, quote, poor of Simsbury, end quote. All the money from the dump goes to Payne's rubbish removal, nothing to the poor of Simsbury. The town has continually ignored the intent of the trust by allowing gifts of love to use the town farm without any oversight for compliance of the trust. Eno Farms Affordable Housing is an Eno Trust presently owned by Connecticut Housing Authority, CHFA, since they cannot get clear title to the property. The complex is managed by Conover and cannot be sold. The Charities Division of the Attorney General's Office has deferred to the town for compliance, and the town has ignored their responsibilities. Over the years, the Eno Farms Affordable Housing Complex had had numerous lawsuits from the renters alleging fraud. There was no oversight from Richard Blumenthal, who was the Attorney General at the time of the lawsuits. All of my comments will be posted on Simsbury Patch, Twitter at Joan Co., and Newsfeed on Facebook. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Joan. Would anyone else like to speak in public audience tonight? Okay. We'll move on then to the first Selectmen's report and some items that I'll highlight from this week's report. I'm very pleased to share that the Ensign Bickford Aerospace and Defense Company is significantly expanding its Simsbury operation. The company is planning to create a center of excellence for electronic design and manufacturing for its aerospace and defense products. It plans on making over $10 million of investment over the next 5 to 10 years and adding over 140 new jobs over the next 3 years in our community. Ensign Bickford has been the cornerstone of Simsbury for the last 183 years, and this investment helps to cement its future in Simsbury for many years to come. Thank you to EBAD for recognizing that Simsbury is a great place to expand a business, to the Simsbury Main Street Partnership, to our awesome town staff, and to the Board of Selectmen for working hard to make this possible. We're pleased to welcome Soma Grill, which recently opened in the 1820 house. Their ribbon cutting is at 5 p.m. July 9th, which is tomorrow. An opportunity to bring your bike to Rotary Park on Iron Horse Boulevard on July 10th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. There'll be a free helmet fitting provided by the Simsbury Police Department, bicycle safety checks provided by the bicycle seller, and a frozen treat for all who attend. Also, thank you to the Simsbury Public Library and the Bicycle Advisory Committee for helping organize. The Aging and Disability Commission and the Simsbury Special Education Parent-Teacher Organization invite all residents who have a disability to join us for a picnic, ice cream truck, and entertainment at St. Catherine of Siena Church. The event is free, and it will be taking place on July 27th from 11:30 to 1:30. And a big thank you to Kane's Market for providing the food. You can RSVP to the Senior Center at 860-658-3273. Anyone who doesn't subscribe to my First Selectmen's report can do so by going to the homepage of the town website, and there will be a big button on the homepage that says something along the lines of subscribe to news. And then you can sign up for this and sign up to receive meeting minutes from our various boards and commissions, among other things from the town. So with that, let me turn it over to Maria for the town manager's report.
Thank you. I wanted to provide a reminder that we are still accepting suggestions for potential names to our new park that will be at 1 Old Bridge Road next to the Flower Bridge. We are accepting nominations through next Monday, July 15th. Naming suggestions should be submitted to the town manager's office. In the town manager's report, we have provided a link where folks can obtain the nominations form. The Naming Rights Committee is scheduled to meet July 22nd to begin their work, and we are anticipating that they will forward a recommendation to the full board by early fall, probably September timeframe. For departmental news and notes from the Culture, Parks, and Recreation Department, just again a reminder that our Parks and Open Space Master Plan is underway. The master planning process does include a number of community engagement components. Some of you may have seen the pop-up events at some of the events that we had throughout the spring. We just had another pop-up event at the Celebrate America concert and fireworks, just to start gaining some community feedback as part of this community engagement process. There will be a series of focus groups occurring at the end of this month, July 24th to the 26th. Additionally, we will be hosting a public information session on Thursday, July 25th. That will be from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Baxter Gallery on the Westminster campus. And we would just encourage folks to come out and participate in those events. We will be putting out additional information about those events over the next few weeks. We do have a few additional engagement opportunities that are planned for the fall, so people will be able to hopefully keep their eyes open for an online survey tool, as well as a second public information session that will likely be in the October timeframe. And in your packet this evening in the communication section, but I did want to highlight this for you. We do have information regarding the Greater Together Community Funds Program. That was an initiative of the Hartford. You may recall, I believe it was early spring, late winter, they were here to solicit some community feedback. They will be providing Simsbury with $50,000 that can be used for various community projects and grants immediately. And then $50,000 will be part of an endowment. The Hartford Foundation will be establishing an advisory committee to essentially manage these funds. The Board of Selectmen will not be the appointing authority for that group, but they do anticipate getting that group together sometime in the fall. So we will have more information as that becomes available, but we did just want to share with you the information that they had forwarded to us.
Great, thank you very much, Maria.
Thanks.
Moving on to Selectmen action. Item A is tax refund requests. Is there a motion effective July 8th, 2019, to approve the presented tax refunds in the amount of $3,917.69 and to authorize Town Manager Maria Capriola to execute the tax refunds?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. Item B is the Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center audit. As part of our agreement with the Performing Arts Center, an annual audit needs to be submitted to the town, and the audit report is in your packet, and it's been reviewed by our finance director. Is there anything that either Amy or Maria wanted to add, or anything from the Performing Arts Center? Are there any questions that any board members have?
The only issue that I noticed that I was not concerned with was that while it looks like they significantly ended up one year with significantly less cash than the prior year, that was because of the ticket booth, which was a donation that ended up coming to the town, which, thank you very much. And I fully understand how that methodology works, and I'm okay with it.
Great, thanks, Mike. Is there a motion effective July 8th, 2019, to accept the Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center, Inc., December 31st, 2018 audit as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. This next agenda item is a request from the 350th Anniversary Committee to use various forms of media to promote the events that will be held throughout the next year. According to our social media policy, these things need to now come before the Board of Selectmen. So the specific requests include creating a Facebook account, an Instagram account, using a subpage of the town website, and using a new website, simsbury350.com. Are there any questions on this item?
Just one quick, it said Lisa and Tom, conveniently located. Are you guys opposing each other? You're at the other end of the room? I like
Each other's
that.
back.
So you'll be the stewards of all of those?
We have oversight, so if something.
Oversight for all of them?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right. I didn't know I didn't know we're actually launching a completely separate standalone website for 350.
That separate website is much more dynamic than the town website can offer.
Can offer, obviously, that would make sense, but then I would think that maybe a Facebook page would be just as dynamic. I don't know, so don't spread yourself too thin, that's all, but good for you, thank you for doing
Volunteers will
it.
do most of the heavy lifting
Yeah.
with the website.
We have the authority to make any changes.
It's clearly needed, all of those, so, support. Yeah.
I don't mean to date myself, but I found out that people, like, under the age of
We know
30,
that, we know.
prefer Instagram over
Instagram,
Facebook,
right,
so.
Yes.
What's Instagram? No.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Is there a motion effective July 8th, 2019, to approve the use of the 350th page on the town website, the use of Simsbury350.com site, as well as the creation of Facebook and Instagram accounts to be used by the 350th Anniversary Committee to publicize their celebration events, of which town staff liaisons Lisa Kareem and Tom Tyberski will have oversight?
So move.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Item D is the Golf Pro contract extension. So attached is a proposed one-year extension to our current Golf Pro contract with Mr. John Varengia to operate the pro shop at Simsbury Farms. The current agreement is set to expire in November. You also have in your packets a golf cart lease agreement, which is similar to past agreements. The town attorney has reviewed both of them. Also, in accordance with our updated purchasing policy, staff plans to issue an RFQ for these services in the coming year. Maria, I've probably stolen most of your thunder, but is there anything you wanted to add on?
You did a great job. I think that covers it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions? Okay. I'll just, share for transparency that the estimated cost of the Golf Pro contract comes to a little under $37,000, and the estimated cost of the golf cart lease contract is a little under $61,000. Is there a motion effective July 8th, 2019, to approve the amendment to the Simsbury Farms Golf Course Golf Professional Personal Services Agreement as presented, and authorize Town Manager Maria Capriola to execute the agreement, and to approve the amendment to the golf cart lease agreement as presented, and authorize Town Manager Maria Capriola to execute the agreement?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion passes. Moving on to appointments and resignations, is there a motion effective July 8th, 2019, to appoint Jennifer Leimbach to the Tourism Committee with a term to expire on December 2nd, 2019?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. The meeting minutes from our last meeting on June 24th, are there any proposed changes? Okay. Are there any selectmen liaison and subcommittee reports? Okay. And anything, I know Maria, in her report, mentioned one of the items under communication. Is there anything else under communication anyone wanted to bring up? I'll just share. I was excited to learn that Food Share will be expanding their services to Simsbury and Cheese Day. That's fantastic.
Agreed.
Yeah, I would, having read that and been going to Cheese Day as much as I can, it is amazing how appreciative these people are and the big impact it has in their lives in a positive way. So it's very, very good stuff.
Great, thank you.
Oh, also, I mentioned the communications. Back to liaison. The Friends of Simsbury Farms had a very successful golf fundraising event two Fridays ago, right? 3 Fridays ago.
Right. The weather behaved?
Weather was fair, right? It was a good day. And they'll always need more participants, but I think they're very happy with the results and came away with a sizable fund.
Just shy of $15,000.
Yeah, good stuff.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
And that's always to make sure everybody knows that's for the greater good of the entire complex to go towards, so.
Right, thank you. Anything else before we move on? Okay, in that case, is there a motion to adjourn to executive session with Maria Capriola, Melissa Appleby, attorney Bob DiCrescenzo, Amy Merriweather, David Gardner, and Francine Belland. The 2 items of discussion will be a tax stabilization request for the Tobacco Valley Solar Project and a proposed tax appeal settlement.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Emily, good to put a face to a name.
Yeah, you too. How's it going?
Yeah, great.
Good. So I'm the rest of you guys also. I'm the new current reporter